Welcome to the show, the new Popko project ASMR. Welcome to the show, the band Spellslinger. Is my mic cutting out?
No, you're good.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Now, Spellslinger, according to your Facebook page, are your local wizard's favorite indie rock band from Scranton.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
I think the wizard's currently upstairs right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
We do have a private wizard that comes to
You're in the lair.
You do, yeah. If you come to a show, look out for our wizard. He's
Are
gonna
you
be
guys
there.
are you guys safe? You guys need help?
No.
Oh,
he keeps
Are
his
you-
will.
Oh,
He
okay.
said don't say anything.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure you guys are right. If you guys are like in trouble, just blink
Right.
several times.
Yeah.
But what's going on? What's going on?
Not too much. You just finished a practice, getting ready to do the Sherman Theater tomorrow. We're gonna do an open mic there.
Is that your first time doing that?
An open mic?
Yeah.
Or-
No, no.
First public show, I believe.
Well, I was more along the lines of the Sherman Theater open mic. I've heard a lot of things about it, but like I've never like well, actually I've heard of the actual thing happening, but never like how it was, or I've never been to one. I wasn't sure if you guys were like
Seems to be more infrequent than like the V spot.
okay.
It's a pretty popular place and a good location. So I'm wondering if it's just kind of like, I know they're doing an independent rock showcase, I think this Saturday. This might be something they're doing for the bands and community that can't really like make the cut for that kind of show.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
And you said this is your first like live like performance?
We did
Well,
one before, yeah.
Yeah, we had a Halloween show actually in this very basement.
Yeah.
And it was a great turnout.
Yeah.
Yo,
like
basement shows are
people-
sick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Invited to our next one, of course.
Please,
Or please come.
please.
Well, do
You
you
can
guys
get
give
us
out the
in mind.
do you guys give out the address? Because I think the cool thing now is like you make flyers and post like, hey, the show's happening, but you don't tell people where it is. You gotta be cool enough to like find out.
I think some of the
Exclusive.
punk shows here
Got it.
does that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next wave.
I like
That's
that
good.
concept.
Hmm.
I just worry that like I couldn't do that because that's like a young thing to do. And then there's this old guy in the corner. They're like, yo, who brought their dad? Why is their dad here? Why is
I
their
tell
dad
you,
here?
3 Jaeger bombs away from nobody caring. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Can I do
Yeah.
Jaeger bomb?
Oh, of
Yes,
course.
that's
Yeah.
what we did. That's
All
what
right.
we did.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
in.
You're in. You're in.
Yeah.
I'll be like Frank the Tank in old school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. That's
As
just
long
be
as
that
you
guy.
lay down the law on the Pong table, like you blend right in, man. Nobody
Yeah.
knows, you know.
I mean, I don't want to brag or anything like that, but I mean, back in the day, I was like a 26 consecutive week beer pong champion at at a
Great.
at a strip club.
Oh, God.
Jameson the Beer Wizard versus.
Yeah, that's nuts actually.
Here's the kicker: it was at a strip club.
Whoa!
Nice.
What a legend!
26 weeks or 26 weeks.
That is the best winning streak you can have.
Yeah,
A lot of questions in there. I love it. I don't know. I could go so many
Yeah.
spots.
The more
ask
you want,
away, ask
lost.
away.
Which strip club? Let's start there. Rick.
So, I mean, I don't know if you guys know my history. Probably not. I mean, I am old, but I used to work for a an entertainment weekly called The Weekender. This was back when it was amazing. Like it was literally people considered it the Bible for going out. This is when kids went out. This is when there were tons of venues to play at. It was literally this is before social media took over. So this is like literally like your guide to like, what bars are having what bands. There were, back in the day, back in my day, there were bars that had like drink specials, like dollar beers or dollar shots or whatever it might be. So the places would advertise that. So you basically open it up every Wednesday and you would just kind of go through like, okay, Spellslinger's playing at on Thursday at the V spot. All right, we're going to the V spot. Saturday, Nowhere Slow's playing it. It was Tinks back in the day. So we're going to Tinks on Saturday, so on and so forth. So a lot of the back content of the Weekender were the strip club ads. One of my accounts was G Club 10, Gentlemen's Club 10. And this is actually before I even was in sales. This is like I would just get paid to party. So I just hosted a Monday night beer pong, not league, but like just a kind of like challenge.
Beer pong,
And
really?
yeah,
That's
so I went to a strip club every Monday.
Mm.
I drank beer for free and I played beer pong. It was amazing.
Nice.
So you're just living the best possible life at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and it was cool because like the strippers didn't bother me. They knew who I was. That I wasn't there to like, you know, do whatever. Like, so it was cool. I was just hanging out. I was like the man, and I'm winning beer pong every week. Like, people would like literally come to like challenge me and my partner, like from all over the place. It was wild. His name was Corey. They called him Corey the Iceman. He was really good. He definitely was better than I was.
Were you his Pippin?
Yeah, it was. Well, it's funny because so I did kind of like a wrestling move. So I started off with this guy named Hot Dog Bob.
Iceman's a hot dog.
Listen, you guys only knew. So
The
he
next
was an
band.
older guy, but he was like kind
It's
of
actually
well
my
known in the scene. Like he was like a bouncer and shit like that at different clubs. So I knew that like if we started this whole beer pong tournament, like people would get excited. They would come and try and like beat us. So first week, me and him were partners and we lost because he was terrible. And I'm like, how do I continue hosting a beer pong like thing every week with a terrible partner? So I don't know if I'm a good manipulator. I hate saying that, but I kind of like I'm good at getting people to do what I want them to do. So I pitched it to him as I pitched it to him as I said like, hey dude, this is what we're gonna do. Like we're gonna pretend to get in a fight. We're gonna battle. Like we're gonna get like on Facebook. We're gonna trash talk people or each other rather, and we're gonna have this big breakup. People are not like they're gonna be like, oh my god, what's going on? Popko and Hot Dog Bob, like, it's over. So like it was this like Vince McMahon like manipulation. I got rid of him. I picked up Corey the Iceman, and I went on a 26-week tear. And the rest is history.
Wow.
What was the ages there? Like how old were you when you were tearing it up for 26 weeks?
Well, you had to be 21 or older, obviously, to play in the beer pong tournament. But I was 20, it was oh 07, 24.
Oh, that's perfect.
I was a young man.
Rock
I
time.
was single, living the dream.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now I'm very happily married. Two children. My life
You
could
need
not
a
be
blinker.
better.
Yeah, just blink.
You okay?
Like one.
Yeah.
My life couldn't be better.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's a little background on me. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. That's all.
Beer
I don't know.
pong.
Sound like a legend.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was,
Life lessons in there, yeah.
yes. Please
Trust
tell my,
Hot Dog Bob.
when I'm
Yeah.
gone, tell my story.
Absolutely.
Yes. You got it.
What, I mean, you guys are young. Like, what do you guys do these days? Like, I don't know where kids go to like see
Right.
shows or hang out or like, I don't think kids are even drinking anymore.
I don't even know. You know.
I feel like honestly I'm the only one who really goes out like the
Yeah, it's
weekends.
valid.
Like I don't know if Finnegan's is still around. I know they were going through some stuff last year, but they had a bunch of good shows. They have a good stage. I
They
go
were
to the
for
V
sale.
Spot. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. I go to the V Spot quite regularly. They always have good bands there.
Yeah.
You mentioned Nowhere Slow and those guys. I know a few of them from just going there, and they're always patrons of the V Spot. Or there's another one I go to over in Dunmore. I can't remember the name though.
Ton more.
Not thirsty, so.
No, I invited you guys to meet me over there like a couple weeks back. I can't remember what it was
You
called.
The
did?
honky tonk.
No.
I'm not sure.
Any Gavin's there.
No. I don't know.
Dunmore Y.
I'll look it up.
We're plugging all these Dunmore places, but we're not
Yeah.
sponsored yet.
No, not sponsored. Hold on.
Nothing sponsored. If somebody wants to.
In the edit, redact all the names. Just cut them out.
We'll make them pay us.
Yeah.
I've been
No free
out of
publicity.
the bar scene. I've kind of reignited it a little bit, starting to visit the V Spot on Tuesdays and stuff. Going out with these guys. I've just been hyper obsessed outside of work with just trying to get better at guitar. and seeing concerts in the meantime. And
Yeah.
you know, we all kind of came together, and this is what's filling the majority of my time now, outside of like, you know, things you have to do like grocery shop and stuff.
Yeah.
Go broke doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's talk about the band. That's what we're here to do, right? We don't need to be telling strip club stories. Um,
They're great stories.
but I've only been able to talk to you guys through, like I said before, Facebook Messenger or Instagram or whatever. I've never had the pleasure of personally meeting you in public. This is the first time I'm seeing you outside of like videos you've posted online. I don't know your names. I don't even know who I've been talking to when we've been talking online.
This guy.
Yeah, probably me.
Okay. All right.
Not probably.
Well,
Yes.
I'd like to learn who the band is. We'll start with the guy in the red shirt. Tell me your name and what you do in the band.
So my name is Brandon. I am the drummer. I've been playing for my entire life, honestly, since I was a little kid. My dad played the drums, taught me how to, and then self-taught for the most part. I went to high school. I did some marching stuff, but that doesn't really go to the drum set all that much. But yeah, I've been in it, and it's probably one of the things I'm the most dedicated to.
Cool.
My name is Sasha. I'm the singer of the band. Originally, I'm new to Pennsylvania. I think I've been here for like 2, 3 years.
Close, definitely 3 at least.
All right, but I'm originally from New Hampshire, so I did a lot of singing back in New Hampshire. Yeah, I performed in like small like festivals and like little venues and stuff like that. And yeah, I mainly like sing and dance, but I've kind of just been trying to do some adult careers here. But then these guys came, they're like, "No, your voice is actually good." And I was like, "Oh, snap." So
Well,
now
they're
I'm
not wrong. You have a great voice. You really
Oh,
do.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
they did a good job recruiting you.
Aw, appreciate it. Yeah, it's unreal. It's really nice. And, like, I think, especially as I get older, I'm like, I just don't want to regret anything. And I just want to fulfill, like, that part of me. And I think it's really great that to be in this kind of group where we encourage one another for our passion. So, yeah, that is me. I'm
Cool.
Sasha.
I'm Gino. I do lead guitar work for the band. I'm the importer of Sasha here.
Oh, yeah,
She's my girlfriend. I met her at a bar in New Hampshire and immediately swooned her.
Yeah.
Convinced her to come all the way
Is
back
this-
to
is
the
this
Scranton,
exciting?
Pennsylvania area.
My side of the story.
And yeah,
I didn't even
I've
get to hear
been
this yet.
yeah. But I was a drummer actually for like, 8 to 10 years, and then I kind of fell off come college time. And then I kind of wanted to play an instrument again. I work in software, and I needed something to do that wasn't looking at my phone when I had a little bit of downtime. And the guitar was always something where I was like, man, I don't have the coordination for that. Like it's so hard. I can't see it. But then around at 27, I just got inspired to finally pick it up, and now I'm addicted to learning guitar, but maybe just as equally looking at and wanting to buy every guitar I see.
Yeah,
More that one.
it's insanity.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's-
awful, but I'm for it. Everybody needs to have something.
Now, where do you go to get your gear?
I
Look,
mainly go to Northeast Music, but
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
yeah, but so I'm a weirdo. I'm lefty, so there's actually not as big of a selection for me generally. So Northeast definitely started my passion, and I have 3 of my guitars through them. But I've used like reverb and stuff too to like find stuff I like.
Cool.
Yeah.
And before we move on, I do want to kind of hear the story about you and Sasha.
oh god.
Sure.
Oh, this is great.
We won't get deep, but I mean, were you from Gino? Were you from here and like you like literally were in New Hampshire
Yeah.
and met her and like, hey, like you're cool. Like what? Come back to Scranton?
I was living, we were in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I was living there at the time, went to school at Valley View High School, Penn State for college. After that, moved out to Portsmouth for a job. Eventually met her right before the pandemic popped off. right before everybody was like, you can't do anything,
Yeah, it was like the
and you have to be
beginning.
on social media for a long time.
Yeah, that was
And
very interesting.
I feel like our bonding accelerated there because we got to spend a lot of time just her and I together.
Yeah.
But I met her at a bar called Thirsty Moose, and we hit it off.
And he definitely was thirsty. He said,
Right.
I wish I had a cool button like brr, 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 brr.
Put it in post. Yeah, it'll be awesome.
It was nice. I think the best things happened unexpectedly, just like this band, our relationship, and I think, yeah, it's awesome.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, next.
Me, I'm Jesse. I play rhythm guitar and I do some songwriting for the band. I grew up in Waymart and have been kind of around this area my whole life. I uh, kind of made friends with Gino at the gym, and we found some common hobbies that we enjoyed,
Which is important.
which is
Hobby.
important. Yeah, so I invited him over one day to play Dungeons and Dragons, which is something I've always wanted to try out, and he was like, "Sure." That we just started hanging out. He invited Sasha, and then he picked up guitar. I started playing at the beginning of quarantine, like COVID lockdown, so a lot of free time, and we would just jam. And we floated the idea of starting a band here and there, and eventually, we just kind of had these ideas we wanted to roll out, and then it kind of just took off from there.
Cool. Short and sweet. Sorry, I got nervous that this wasn't recording. I was like, oh no.
Again.
It's happened before.
Again.
So you said Dungeons and Dragons, and I have to admit, I think you kind of were sent my way through a mutual, like we'll call her friend, right? Her name's Kate.
Kate, yeah, I hit up Kate. I saw her post something about like it was just on Instagram at some point, and it was like text us, like send us your song, and we released The Chase, which was a song that I've wrote like years ago and been just working on, and I was like, screw it, like gotta get out there somehow, and it was kind of just as easy as that.
See, I thought maybe I know she's big in D&D, so I thought maybe
Oh,
there was like a meeting of you two. I even have some guest questions from Kate.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
cool, let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, well, not yet, but as I started today, I said, Kate, give me 3 questions to ask your friends in Spellslinger. She's like, yeah, I mean, like friends, but like we're not like friends. I'm like, oh,
No,
okay.
like a
Cool.
one shot and just
Yeah.
came over. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Okay. Last but not least, we got
Hi, I'm James. I'm the bass player in the group. I kind of got brought in out of nowhere. One day, Gino, who's my connection to the group, hit me up. I played bass a lot on my own, never in like a serious group or anything. And every now and then I'd post a video somewhere, and I hadn't for a while, but he was like, "Hey, do you still play bass?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he was like, "Do you want to be in a band?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'd be in a band." And then I showed up and I met everybody, and there was Magic the Gathering cards and D&D dice everywhere. And I said, "Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable here. This works for me."
This is the thing.
I kind of just, yeah, I'm just gonna blend right in with these people, and it's pretty much how it went immediately off rip. Very good chemistry, and have I've kind of just been going with the flow ever since.
that's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I'm not familiar with any of that.
Oh,
So we can't
Okay.
talk about Dungeons and Dragons and what else is there?
we'll bleep those words later. Like I said, no free advertising, no free branding.
Magic
I
the
knew-
Gathering.
Imagine the
Yeah, really leave people on their toes. They won't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Post is coming.
Right.
It's like we'll put like different like names over top of those.
Don't attack us.
Yeah.
So I mean, it sounds like Gino's kind of like the nucleus almost. So
Yeah.
he's kind of the
sort
guy that's
of
kind of like sucked everybody in.
Yeah.
I mean, I was adopted online.
Yeah. So
I'm the most common connection, I guess.
Yeah.
So we have me and Gino formed, obviously Sasha was there. We did just some guitars like playing and
Just
vocals.
jamming.
He brought were you after Brandon?
No, you
No,
before
So
me.
then
I was
James
last.
came in,
Before, yeah.
and I was like, all right, we need a drummer. So I just went on Facebook, like musicians wanted, and I just
It
threw
was like the
something
first
up.
like
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, I like metal and rock and this and that. I'm like, just come out, we'll see how it works. And like kind of like how what James said, he came out and it was just like a good vibe.
Wait, but before James,
Yeah.
there was another person.
Oh,
who
the
was
legend
gonna
of the legend of
Todd.
Todd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's gonna
Todd.
be pre-act. No, we can't.
Let's not talk about Todd.
But anyways, we're so glad that James came
Yeah.
because you never would know how Todd would be.
The vibe is great with this group, and like we're all like friends as well as a band, so it works. We can hang out, we can hit the bar, we can play music, and it's a good time like all the time.
It's easy.
Good Kevin.
You know? Yeah. Everything's just kind of easy, you know?
Easy.
That's how it should be. I mean,
Yeah.
you have Gino and Sasha kind of complicating things just by, adding that because
Well added spice.
Yeah.
a band in general is like another family. So it's like, you're going to work with your wife. It's like
Yeah.
Flavor.
it's one of those
Yeah,
things.
I basically was able to, just find a great group of people and we all somehow worked together. I mean, we thought the idea of the band, but remember James because I was always like inspired by him while he was like
Yeah,
playing
the
the bass and
Snapchat
posting the bass.
story.
I'd be like, dude, this guy is just posting cool stuff on Snapchat, and this is ridiculous and it's inspiring. Yeah, I'm glad, yeah, he was still playing bass and he wanted to be in a band.
Oh, that's really nice. I had no idea about that. That's
Wholesome content.
Yeah.
yes, that really is.
Me finding out for the first time the order of how we all joined.
We just met each other.
Being the last guy in the group, everyone's like, all right, we're good now.
Yeah,
No
And this-
backstory.
it's funny, you know.
And this is the end of Spellslinger.
This is it. 1, 2, 3.
For as much as we've played together, we've honestly never really discussed how everything came to be. It all sort of just fell together one day, and we were like, "Yeah, this works. Boy, I love this. Let's never stop."
Yeah, I think Jesse sent me the chase. I went over there and recorded it in like 2 tries.
And
it was just
yeah,
like,
like first try, and you were like, "Oh, cool, we have a song. All right." Well,
Yeah, I remember coming down to the basement. I was like, "Oh shit, we're starting. Oh,
that-
oh snap, we're starting to sound like a band."
yeah, like that guy's really good. Oh man.
Well, sounds like he's been playing for 20 years.
That's cool. And how long has Spellslinger been a band?
Late
Yeah,
March.
Oh boy, we started. Yeah, it was like
Under a year for sure.
yeah. Was it before last summer?
It was
Probably
like
8
spring-ish.
months, roughly.
Yeah.
Three quarters.
Yeah.
But they started like right after the winter,
That's
like
right.
March,
Give or take.
April.
Yeah,
We
it was.
started
I
in the
think the
spring.
last week of March into April.
So this is new. This is definitely new.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
very new.
We're making great time though. We've got already a couple songs, a couple
Yeah.
covers.
We got a couple
that we-
songs. One's coming
Yeah.
out in the
It
future.
took a lot of
out
people
there.
a long time to just get that done. I feel like,
We
Yeah.
are out there.
Driven.
Yeah, so a short amount of time together, and you got 3 songs out that are available streaming right now: The Chase, Charm Person, and Wishing Wells. A couple of those I played on the radio show, the Popko Project Radio Experience, which airs on Saturday nights at 9 o'clock. Talk a little bit about those songs. Again, you guys are fairly new together, but you've recorded 3 great songs, and talk about maybe, what the songs might be about, kind of how they came together, wherever you want to take it.
Yeah, the chase was.
This guy.
The Chase is like my baby of a song. Like I said, I wrote that back like when I first learned how to play, and I have like the raw recording of me just mumbling like into my phone and stumbled across what kind of became the chorus, which is it's not always a race, but something in me enjoys the chase. It's kind of like a song just about like not knowing what you want and if it's really good for you, but you just keep going after it anyways, just because you don't really know yourself that much. And I think like it's a good song to relate to in a lot of ways for a lot of reasons.
For sure.
And when everyone came in and put their parts on it and we started like making it an actual song, it was like unbelievable to think that like something that I just kind of wrote on paper and mumbled into my phone was able to come to life in like such an awesome way because I was doing it by myself and I had no intentions of ever being in a band or like ever releasing it because I didn't have like the tools to do so. So everyone helping out with that was awesome. And I think that's like personally my favorite song. So
Yeah, we have like 5 people worth of recording equipment.
Yeah.
We have so many cables.
And what was that like being able to take this thing that you kind of had the foundation of and kind of bring that to life?
it was it was work, you know. I before I learned how to play guitar, I learned how to produce and I would make like like beats and stuff on my laptop. But I knew I wanted a live band sound. I learned how to play guitar and I would record myself playing guitar, but I couldn't play everything. And I knew that even if I used like automatic tracks and uh, automation to sound like the real thing, I imagine myself playing it live without people around me playing those instruments. I don't think it would have had the same impact. I also, again, like wrote this for my kind of like for me, and when Sasha came in to sing it, I was glad that it was almost like perfect for it. Like I didn't think it sounded weird because when I wrote it and I sang it, it's from my perspective and from me singing going to like a female vocalist.
Mhm.
Um, it was awesome. I remember we all like stood around and like I counted down and hit the button to post it, and it was just like, damn, like that's our first song. Like we're officially on streaming platforms. Like this is it, you know?
Yeah. That's gotta be pretty special. I can't imagine what that's like to kind of have everything kind of come together like that.
It's like a part-time job you don't get paid for.
Yeah, right. It was a lot of work. It was, but like it, it was well worth the time and the effort. And even like making that song, I thought it was like relatively seamless with like how we went about doing it and getting it done. And the awesome thing was that like everyone kind of put their own part into it. So everyone who's here has their own like inspiration dialed into the track, which I think also makes it special.
Hmm.
Yeah, if each one of us had creative control of the band and was like, this is for sure our sound, and this is like what we're gonna sound like and what we're gonna do, everybody here would have a different genre.
Yeah,
We have 5 different bands.
11 different directions.
That's what makes
Absolutely.
this so fun and special.
Yeah, so it's always trying to mesh those inspirations or mesh those bands we like
Yeah.
Right.
and kind of
Right.
make it our own and bring it into this and make it all like in harmony.
But I feel like we all showed up that first day to record for that song. And
Yeah.
it was like 1 or 2 like tries in, and everybody was like, "Yeah, that's perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
let's keep it."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
lightning in a bottle, if you will.
I think this might be a good place for one of the questions from Kate, because she said, "What bands influence or inspire you?"
Cool. Do you want to go left to right, drummer?
Absolutely.
We can start for me. I'd say probably one of my biggest inspirations would be Green Day. I love Trey Cool as a drummer. He's amazing. I love how much power and speed he plays with. And a couple other bands, a big Slipknot fan. It's hard to see on this shirt, but big Slipknot fan. Joey Jordison, Jay Weinberg, those guys are legendary. Even the new drummer, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but it's not a plug for him. So
Yeah, we'll edit that out too. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like a big mix of like 2010s early 2000s metal and like 90s, 2000s punk rock and stuff like that.
Cool.
I like a range of things, but mainly like with my voice, I tend to really like R&B and like power vocals artists. And with the rock scene, I love like Paramore and Flyleaf. Yeah, I think what's her name? Amy Lee? Is that her name?
Oh, Evanescence.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. That and you know what? I feel like Willow is very underrated these days, and I think she's pretty. I think her newer stuff has been very ethereal, but yet very powerful. So I tend to go towards that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Chino.
I have a range of inspiration, but what I listen to most and the sound I gravitate towards when I'm just listening to music is bands like Ocean Alley and Mako Road, kind of like an Australian psychedelic surf rock
Yeah,
sort of
that
sound.
too.
I really,
Tosh Latana.
yeah, Tosh Latana's great. I try to see Ocean Alley every chance I get when they're on the East Coast here. They haven't made the US as often as they tour Australia, but their new song, Tangerine, Slammer, it's so good. I love those bands and so many more.
Surf rock. Surf rock.
Surf rock. Nice.
Yeah,
Can't
I
forget
love surf
Creed.
rock.
And Creed.
And
yeah.
Creed.
I do a mean Creed impression when I'm drunk. That's my
Oh.
immediate. Okay.
Can you do it tonight? Can you please do it tonight? I love
I
Creed.
deserve. I don't have enough beer in me to really
Right,
like
yeah.
get
The
into
beer
it.
helps. Yeah.
So, I mean, I grew up like I was teens in the 90s when Creed kind of came out. So Creed for me was like amazing. And I got so much hate as like a couple years like went on. But like Creed's back. I never
Oh,
stopped
it's
liking
big.
Creed.
I'm back.
I never hid from the fact that I like Creed. And it's
Yes.
just
Oh.
I would get made fun of for liking Creed and Nickelback. And I'm just so happy that they have been accepted again.
It's massive. I haven't seen like as much Nickelback fandom, but I've definitely seen massive Creed fandom come back, and that whole like era of rock is like really making a surge again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so mad. I was supposed to go see them in August in Hershey, and I had an opportunity to MC a wedding for a friend. So the nice guy that I am, I sacrificed my sacrifice. Uh,
That's awesome.
Sorry, guys, but I'm going to
They
see
would have
Creed.
loved that. Yeah.
so yeah, so I did the wedding instead. And in fact, when I opened up the wedding, I said like, you know, you guys need to know how much that I really care about you guys because I could be at a Creed show right now, and I chose to be here. And then we found the DJ that I was the DJ I was working with actually found like a Creed like dance mix that he played was funny.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Nice.
So that was back in August. So then I got tickets for the show in December 2nd. They're playing in Allentown, the PPL Center. And we do a family vacation after Thanksgiving. So we'll be in Cape May. We'll be coming home from Cape May that day. So I can't go to that one either. Sucks.
What December? What
December 2nd. It's a Monday.
December 2nd?
Looks like we're going to see Creed on Monday.
Creed. Oh, yeah, thanks for the
Yeah, I think you guys should do that.
That'd be
It's a
awesome.
good show.
That'd be
Take
I think-
selfies, take video, like send it to me. We'll FaceTime. I
Yes.
don't care.
Photoshop him in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get a group pic. We'll Photoshop you in the back.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, well, I'm glad that you're a Creed fan because that's aces.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Based. Yeah.
Jesse,
Oh.
how about you?
My influences. I like my favorite band of all time is the Wonder Years.
Mm.
I am a
Great
huge
band.
Dan Campbell fan. His side projects, his solo projects, everything about like his writing and style is what is my biggest influence for my writing, at
Okay.
least. I'm a big Benzingers fan. I have to
Hell
shout
yeah.
them out. You know,
Hell yeah.
Scranton bass band. They're awesome. They still are awesome. I also really love like Phoebe Bridgers and the 1975. A lot of like some ethereal stuff. Anything that with like a good soundscape and writing is my go-to, I guess. But yeah, the Wonder Years, and rest of the Roaring Twenties,
Oh
all
my
that.
God. Dude, that song, hold on, what song is it? He paints a picture um that it gave me chills. It made me want to cry. Um
This from the Roaring Twenties, or
yep, yep.
yeah.
Uh is it Divorce in the American South, maybe? We talked about the plane crashing.
Oh yeah, the plane went down.
Yeah,
Or yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I watched an interview with him and he did a solo project called Other People's Lives. And I think that this is probably one of the best albums to ever come out because he wrote songs for people that he knew from their perspective. And they were all experiences that these people had. And when he was talking about it, he talked about, um, what color were the leaves? If there was a fire hydrant on the side of the road, what color was that? Was there cracks in the sidewalk? Were there clouds in the sky that day? Was there moss growing on the side of the brick building? Like so much imagery and that depth of like writing, I think could make any song, regardless of the instrumentation, fantastic.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of songs out there where it's just maybe a piano and or like a nice like drawn out guitar and the words just like hit so hard.
That album is 10 years old now.
I know it was, and it's still in my top play on Spotify every year. I'm
Where
my
where did 10
Wonder
years go
Year.
though? Where did 10 years go though? What the hell?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe that.
I know, and he just came out with the new like the Roaring Twenties came out with the new album. It's great. The Wonder Years, I mean, they have their new album, The Hum Goes On Forever. I'm like plugging the other bands so hard.
That's okay, man. We're here to talk about everything. It's
Right.
fine. I actually saw the Wonder Years at the Sherman Theater.
Was it the recent show,
That's
The
so
Menzingers?
It
cool.
was not. It was not that one. It was probably almost 10 years ago now.
Oh yeah. They did this was I think the first one they did the Wonder Years and someone else, a few local openers. Then the Menzingers did a show with Aaron West about a year ago, and then the Wonder Years just did a show with the Menzingers there again, which is the most PA show ever. It's perfect, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't make that. It's probably because I have two kids and they uh absorb any of my free time.
It's okay.
But
Bring them with.
well, I mean, my son, I would love to get him into uh like I'm very lucky in the job that I have where I get to experience a lot of concerts. Um, so I want to get him into that eventually, but I think he thinks like things are too loud right now. Like, uh, but yeah, it was actually it was funny. I was in a VIP box at the Wonder Year show. It was 2016, which was nice because the kids, again, even back then, I was too old for that audience. It was nice to be away from like the kids pushing and all that
Right.
shit.
Yeah, I just twisted my ankle in the pit at the Menzinger show, so I can.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that
oh,
was
this isn't anymore.
yeah,
Got
that
hurt
was
in
Yeah.
the Menzinger
I
show.
stepped in at the first step in, twisted my ankle. I was like, nah,
I'm not gonna comment on that.
I'm good. I'm done.
You were fine for Kubla Khan.
Kubla Khan, yeah, that was a good one. I was maybe I put
Oh
on
yeah, I forgot.
was that at the arena? The
Kublai Khan.
promotions?
No,
That was
we
so
saw
That was
fun.
in Philly.
That was in,
Yeah,
yeah, that was in Philly. That was fun.
I forget the name of the venue, but I love metal. I listen to a
It was
lot
a
of it
good
when I
one.
work out. But Kubla
Yeah.
Khan's like the best metal band to me right now.
Yeah, they
And
were just
Tsunami was pretty good too. That opened up
Yeah.
for them.
okay. Yeah, they just played with Motionless in White at the arena, like on
Yep.
November 1st.
Yeah, I wasn't able to see that one, but they have the best energy. So,
Very cool. And you see the 1975, that guy, what a weirdo.
yeah. Matty
But
Healy is a weirdo.
yeah,
Yeah,
what a weirdo, but I fucking love that guy.
they gotta be one of the best like pop bands of
I can't even, maybe you can. I can't describe it because I'm not like knowledgeable enough in that space, but like just like where those songs go, it
Mhm.
just I don't even know. They're great.
Yeah, that's where I take a lot of like the creative inspiration from them because like the diversity that they have is awesome.
All right, great. Well, we got everyone's influences out of the way.
Oh, we
Thank
got
you,
James.
We
James.
forgot James.
I was kidding. I was kidding. I was
I'm
kidding.
looking corner one.
I like how all you guys jumped his like defense. They're like, no, 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 no. James is here. That's
His are the coolest.
Yeah,
that's a
he's
family right there, dude. That's a family right there.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. I
That's
appreciate it.
that's
My, I don't know. I feel like my music influence is like very chaotic. It's very all over the place.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite band of all time, but is they're called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Mhm.
If you're familiar, they do everything. You know, they're so every single album is so different tonally that like you just get a taste of every kind of music, and that's a big part of how I started playing was finding people's tabs on the internet for their music and just learning a bunch of their songs. And because it's so everywhere, like so diverse in its sound, you kind of end up picking up a bunch of different genres. And before you know it, you know, you go to learn a different song and you go, oh, this sounds like this. You know, I kind of pick up the rhythm off of this, et cetera, et cetera. So they're one of the main influences. I really like, I don't even know what genre they'd fall under. They're like new metal, I guess. The Garden is really cool. I like them a lot. There's this Turkish band I really like. They're called Altangun. I like a lot of really eclectic things. Anything, if it's weird, it's for me. I love it, you know? Anything out of the way that I can get my hands on is what I'm into, really, you know?
On a side note, I was waiting for you to say the Garden because the Garden kept me up at night because they are weird. They are weird. Like it's not traditional music in the sense that you're not going to listen to it and be like, oh, there's the melody and there's. I was listening to the Garden and the live sets, and I was like, man, I don't get this. Is there a reason I don't get this? I'm on Reddit. I'm like, I don't understand the Garden. Could somebody explain to me what's going? It was like 3 a.m. I was like,
What are you doing? So deep into the
That's
thread.
I'm like, I don't get this.
Dude, that's awesome. Knowing that I could like keep my bandmates up at night with my musical decisions is like, yeah,
I mean,
that's
James,
my
you
life.
are the wild card of the band.
Yeah.
Of the five of us, you would be the guy to bet on ostrich racing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That's funny. I'm glad we did this because I have like a whole list of new bands to check out now.
Oh, yeah.
I can could pause Creed for a minute.
Yeah, and put on Spellslinger.
Only a
Too
minute.
long. Not for too long. Yeah, you know.
Dude, I listened to Spellslinger all day today.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All day. On the way to work, on the way home.
Hell yeah.
3 songs.
What's your favorite song right now? I'm just curious. I always like to ask people.
Honestly, I really like Charm Person.
Oh,
interesting.
really?
Wow. That's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact: the lyrics were started from Gino.
Oh
Yeah, originally Gino
That's
was
a-
gonna
that's
sting
Gino.
you.
I hijacked like a Jesse idea.
Yeah.
He was like crafting something, and his brother was in the band at the time too on the keyboard, and we were laying the keys, and I was on a MIDI like doing the drums, and I was like humming this thing. I made these words, and Matt was like, lay that down, and that's how Sharp Person happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one and The Chase, yeah, for sure. But they're all three of them are good. For anyone that is watching or listening to this for the first time and they're like, oh, who the hell is Spellslinger? What would you describe your music as, whether it's a genre or anything like descriptive that you could kind of share with an audience?
We talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
We were like, what genre?
Yeah, right.
And you were just like, I guess we're kind of indie rock.
Like indie rock with some punk influence, I guess, for certain songs.
Yeah. I would say, given the 3 songs that we have, I would classify 1 as pop and 2 as punk to pop punk. So we're somewhere in that realm of pop punk, I guess.
Yeah.
Indie is pretty
Like
all
nebulous.
encompassing.
Yeah, it's all encompassing.
It could be anything.
That's why I like using that word.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't know about indie music
Yeah.
there.
We also have like you know, we all have ideas of experimenting with our sound a bit. Like we're not really attached to like a certain sound right now.
Yeah.
We just want to see like what works, what feels good, and what we enjoy playing. And we enjoy all. I think as a band, most of us like Wishing Well. I think he likes Chase the most. Most of us really enjoy playing Wishing Wells live
Yeah.
right now.
It's very fun.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
like recently, like Gina was bringing up some, like we like to bring up like different songs that inspire us, and a recent genre that we want to play around with is like grungy music, you know, like Deftone, like that type of stuff. It's
Yeah.
like it's pretty fun to do. So I think we're
Fun
experimenting.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna see where it goes from there, really.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I like all three songs, so it's not really fair for you guys to put me in the spot like that. How dare you? How dare
As
you?
what do people
I
like?
mean, there's only 3 songs that each get a medal, none can lose.
Exactly. With that being said, I mean, you've been together for a short time. You're three songs out right now. Are there plans for more?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have one almost done coming up.
Mhm.
It's what Brandon is saying his favorite song so far.
might be.
Yeah, I do. Really like that one as well. Does he even have a name yet?
Not really.
Name it right now. Do it.
Name on the spot.
I don't know.
Do it.
Canonically.
Yeah, I was gonna call it Do Not Disturb. So like
That's what it's called.
spoiler,
All right,
Look
I like that.
it's like
Spotify coming up.
it's kind of this whole EP that we're writing right now is gonna be there's gonna be a theme around the whole thing. I think like a collective, cohesive piece of art is like great in music. And again, taking that from like Aaron West or even like Wonder Years albums where every song matches the overall like theme. It's great. It's like this should be maybe like kind of sad song, but it's got a lot of energy, maybe more than what's even like Wishing Wells. So it's gonna be cool, you know?
6/8 timing,
Yeah,
all the things.
6/8 or 3/4, depending on how you want to do the math.
it's the same thing.
Well, that's cool. Um, it's November right now, so can we expect that before the end of the year, or is that like a 2025
Yeah.
thing?
So I think we'll have it by the end
We're
of the
like
year.
we're this close.
It's very
Right.
close.
Okay.
We've seen a vocal recording. The drums are getting mixed mastered right now.
Yeah, the drums are actually getting mastered as we
What's
speak.
left? I don't know.
Yeah, I actually can't wait to hear them. I've been waiting for this for like a week now.
That's exciting.
That's cool. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, if it's
Yeah,
clean,
that's another track I did one take for.
if it's clean, I hope you'll send it my way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, is it clean? Oh, is it? Wait, we can. If it's not, I forget. If it's not, but we can make it.
Yeah,
We have to do vocals anyway for Sasha, so we can change words if necessary.
I'll just bleep it out. That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, no
We
big deal.
do have a goal we just discussed though. Eventually, like when we get into like our rhythm, we'd like to be a band that puts out like a song a month. Eventually, like once we like have like a nice stockpile. So that's like the long term goal. I don't know if we're there yet or have the music stacked up like that yet, but that's where we would like to be.
Talk about that because I come from the age of, full length albums, which, I love because, well, I loved and hated. I love because like they were kind of like, you know, maybe it's 12 tracks. It was kind of like recorded and placed 1 through 12 in a certain way because it was meant to listen, from 1 through 12. Um, I also hated it because it took 2 fucking years to get a new record from my favorite artist.
Yeah.
That's true.
Talk about kind of like the new way of releasing music in that it's, once a month, it's once every 6 weeks. Maybe it's like I release 3 songs and then you drop a 5 song EP. Talk about what that is for you guys because you guys are younger. Um, Obviously, I'm sure you're aware of how things used to be. Um, how do you guys feel about that?
I Jesse could talk a lot about strategy too, because he works a lot on it. But from I want to release monthly because it's partly a creative exercise, and then as you find the sound, you figure out what you want to build an album off of, and you don't get held back by needing a whole project to like release. You get to just make something. Oh, it does well. Oh, people like this. We could make something around this sound or something around this topic. In terms of the new strategy, I'm buddies with the Maguas,
Oh yeah.
and they talk to me a lot about the strategy. But without getting into everything, I think it's unfortunately hard to hold people's attention, and you're in a world of needing to put out something to see numbers kind of go up. I'm not terribly concerned about the numbers. I want this to never feel like a crazy job unless we have numbers to make it warrant
Makes
being a
sense.
crazy job or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do want to feel a sense of progression, and I think the easiest way to see a sense of progression is, at least with putting out music, is like you look at Spotify. When we put something out, our monthly listeners go up, and it's like this great thing. And then as like you stagnate and you don't have anything new, like you see that number go down. It's like, man, I want more people to keep discovering us, and like the people we do hold at the end, that's great, and those are like our fans. But like I want to keep getting exposure, and that's like a thing that's interesting to me.
I think a lot of it too is we talked about doing like full-length albums. Personally, I think like full-length albums are not the way to go anymore for newer bands. Unless you're well established. There's back in the day you would buy it from the store and you just had it in hand. You had the whole album in hand. You might as well listen to the whole thing. Nowadays, there's some artists that drop 20-song albums, and people don't even listen to all of it. They just maybe hit the main page, find the top 5 songs and which ones are from that new album, and only listen to those. It's a lot of wasted money and time and effort. I think anybody can sit down and listen to 5 to 6 songs in a row and experience a good cohesive piece of like art. It doesn't have to be X amount of songs to give it a title, because you're so much music is dropped nowadays. Like if you can't, someone might be one song away from like their favorite song on that album, but they drop out at song 4 because they don't really like those ones too much, and they're gonna go listen to something else. Yeah. I mean, we were talking about doing, a lot of bands do singles now before an album.
Yeah.
We're aiming towards this one song a month goal to sort of just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Like Linkin Park, they just dropped what 3 or 4 songs before they put the entire album out.
Yeah.
People do little doses now at a time, but I think really at this point we get to do the fun part and experiment and just keep throwing stuff out.
Like I would like to be like King Gizzard in the sense where I'm not hyper married to a sound. It's like, oh, this isn't what we typically are, but let's put this out because this is cool and different.
Yeah.
And because it's not a whole
Yeah.
album, like
it's even easier.
People either love it or they hate it.
You don't need to
And then like it's like, okay, that people don't really want to hear that out of.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's just kind of
We're gonna have a whole smooth jazz EP.
Yes.
Hey, if it does really well, shit, we might. Why not?
That's one thing that's cool about that too. Like you can release a song, maybe it's just something that you guys love, and then if people hate it, you're like, okay, well, guess what? We're gonna release another song in 4 weeks, so you'll forget about that anyways.
Yeah, that's
Forget about it.
true.
Yeah.
That's also a really good angle I didn't even think of.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's so it's 6 to 1, half dozen the other. It's like, I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the Magwas. Love those guys.
Yeah. Shout out
Oh, yeah.
James.
Yeah.
Been friends with those guys since
Coolest guy.
3rd grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the stuff that Matt and Brennan are doing.
Of the weekend
Weekend
therapy.
Weekend therapy. Yep.
Yeah, they're hyper talented.
Leave that one in. Leave that one in. We want to
Yeah,
plug
leave
that.
that
They're
in.
off. Leave that one in.
Yeah, they're the boys.
Matt does most of our mixing mastering.
Yes.
I was gonna ask you. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a professional.
Yeah, and he helped us when we were doing our Halloween show. He came through and like gave us, it was so, it's like passing down a torch kind of feeling.
Yeah, just a
And just
sweetheart.
telling us like, what are the good stuff to do, and like, I don't know, it's really fascinating to have somebody from that perspective to help us out. And yeah,
Nicest
cool,
guys too. Nicest guys.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
fantastic.
I
And
I saw them play at the Ritz maybe 2 months ago. And I Matt was fronting the band, and
Mhm.
he
yes,
was doing it for a couple shows. But Matt reminded me of like the dude from the Gaslight Anthem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the Gaslight Anthem. Another,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
awesome.
Matt's a workhorse, and his
Oh.
energy is
Yeah.
contagious.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's awesome to have him in your corner, and it's awesome to work with him in any capacity.
Yeah.
Never heard of a bad thing out of his mouth. Always
Yeah.
so positive.
Also true.
Yeah. What else? Kate had some more questions. Questions from Kate.
I was gonna say, yeah, you got cake questions?
Um, well, I mean, we kind of answered some of these.
Okay.
She said, "Tell us about your favorite live or local performance." We've only had one, right? So we can't really. There's not a big pool to.
Definitely narrows it down.
It definitely narrows it down to one.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be tomorrow, right? Or whatever.
And
Yeah.
the second one's tomorrow.
Yeah,
I don't know. That Halloween party performance is gonna be hard to beat. That was
That was a good time.
Yeah, we
that
had
was so fun.
we had a bigger amount of people than I thought we were actually gonna have.
yeah,
I figured like
it was really good. We had probably a good 40 plus people
Yeah.
all crammed in my basement to see that show. It was awesome.
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen this, but have you ever seen like a basement show? Like these are just on videos where like the band will be playing, but in the background is like a projector, and somebody will be playing like Dark Souls or a video game behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As like the
Oh,
back
yeah, that's
instead
what-
of like graphics and all the stuff that bands usually have, people will like just have like a video game going on in the background, and we love that idea, so we had Dark Souls 2 in the background, and somebody was like playing it as we were like running through our set, and it was really cool. We have some videos
Oh,
around
yeah.
it that it was nice.
Very in theme, very cool.
Yeah, Beer Wizard was playing Dark Souls.
We had our wizard playing Dark Souls behind us. It was amazing.
Sick. Well, your basement looks nicer than the ones I used to party in back in the day.
Well, you fill it with 40 people, it's hard to tell, you know?
Well, so story
Sure.
back in my day. I used to live with a bunch of bands. I would travel with them. I'd write stories about them. And they had a show. The band was called Lesson One. They had a show in Scranton. I couldn't tell you what street it was on, but it was a basement show. And the basement was a turf floor basement. I worked all day. I thought I'd get food after work. I didn't have time because they're like, "Oh, we gotta go. We're late." So they picked me up. I didn't eat. Got to the party. I had maybe 2 drinks, and I was like falling all over the place, literally
Oh.
falling in like the front yard. So I don't know if it was just because I didn't eat or what it was. Probably that, right? But at one point, the band, his name was Kevin, guitar player, gave me his guitar, unplugged it, and I was playing the guitar, and the whole crowd had no idea.
Oh,
So
wow.
for a second, I was like a rock star. I was a fucking rock star. Everyone's cheering, like, yeah, like, everyone else is so drunk, they have no idea what's going on either. The worst part of that was I actually ended up falling over, knocking an amp over that had a pitcher of
Oh.
beer on it,
Oh.
torched the amp, and I had to pay for that.
Oh.
So yeah.
Was it worth it?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
what
yeah.
I'm talking about.
You paid for the amp after too?
It was a buddy of mine. Yeah, I was not
You're
gonna.
a very honorable man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know basement shows where no one would have paid for anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I didn't know the guy, I would have like left and hopefully never.
That's how I imagine it goes.
Yeah,
But
we got
yeah.
Baby Gator and all of our
very,
stuff.
very cash money of you. Yeah.
I'm a big. I say I have a saying. It's all about the story.
Yeah.
Um, meaning like just do do everything and anything you can because I'm not promised tomorrow. Why is there a fucking fruit fly down here? The fuck?
That's true.
You got some fruit
Um,
down?
no, there's no fruit.
As far as he knows.
Is there a banana down here that I don't know
Like
about?
an apple under the table or something.
Oh shit. Um, but yeah, it's just like, you know, the coolest part about like, being young is just going out and doing stuff because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know. That's the best part about like being young.
Oh yeah.
So I did it. I performed with a band that wasn't plugged in for. I was a 26-week beer pong champion at a strip club.
That's what really matters.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Said you
I
work
did.
for the weekender, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like when I was younger, my dad would take me to local hombre in Scranton, and we would eat, and the weekender would be there, like, and we would read it as we ate.
yeah.
And two sections that always were like highlighted in my head when I was 10 was there. I feel like there was some sort of music spotlight, but the one I remember more was like the singles of the week or the singles of the month, where it was two, where it would like be a guy and a girl, and you would have their facts, and it was like a single person that they were like trying to get dates or something.
What?
Is that, am I thinking of the right magazine, or is that a different, is that
It
a
may
different?
have it may have just been model and man of the week.
Oh, yeah, that could have been it. I thought people were just submitting like, "Hey, I need a date really bad." That's how
No,
10-year-old.
it was model was like so you would if you went to the last page in the back, it was model of the week, and then before that was the man of the week.
Gotcha.
So I was in charge of a lot of those. That's actually how I met my wife.
Really?
Yeah, my wife's a fucking 12, dude. Like, I'm not even sitting there. I mean, she won't even hear this, but she's way out of my league. I mean,
Good for you.
I, I,
Hell
I
yeah.
had a good time growing up.
Nice.
Um, I have no idea, but that's how I met her because like beautiful, and I was like, you should be model of the week, and she was 21 and dumb too. Um,
Oh,
I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just like you're just like you wouldn't do that at like in your 30s. Like you're 21. You do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, but thankfully she had agreed to do it. Actually, she was model of the week twice. The first time I met her, she was dating someone, and then the second time, uh, they had broken up. So I souped in.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
she.
kind of built a story in my head that you met her, like you saw her submission, and you're like, oh, "I'm saving that one." You just go like,
This one's for
No,
me.
Yeah.
no. Actually, this is 16 years ago. So this was 2008. I actually had to have some beers, and I messaged her on MySpace.
nice.
You guys probably don't know what that is. It's MySpace.
Friends with
Uh,
Tom.
yeah, that's how I started talking was MySpace, and we had met, and it's way out of my league. Find me on social media, you'll see it. It's like, yo, how did that guy get that girl?
On your
Uh,
MySpace page,
And what's
did you
your
have
story you
three?
tell? How do you think you got her when you think about it, when you go back? Was it blind luck? What happened?
dude, I have no idea.
Hey, give me some dating advice.
I'm still, well, I always joke, I say nice guys finish first. Um, because that's ultimately what did it. I mean, she was dating a guy who was just an asshole. Like I remember, so the model of your party, you had to be, so all the models and all the men who were, model and men of the year were invited to an end of year party where you voted on who should be model and man of the year.
Yep.
So you could be 18 or older to like come to the party and then 21 to drink. So she was 20 at the time and her boyfriend was 21. And he actually left her to go down in like the Streamside area. It was called the Woodlands. And he left her by herself because she wasn't 21. He was. He went down to go drink with his buddies. So I actually
Wow.
found her in the hallway. I was like, hey, like the party's going on here. Like, why are you all by yourself? And she's like, oh, my boyfriend, whatever, blah, blah. He's down there. He's whatever. And again, I was like, she's taken. I was working too. And again, not I never thought I even had a chance. So I, kind of got on my way. And then a year or two later, she was model again, and she was I guess that next year she were we dating? I don't remember. But she was, I think I was like, oh, I don't know, here's what happened. I was like, you should model of the week again because you can go to the party this year and have a good time and come drink and party and whatever. And that's kind of how it happened.
Nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah. She's w- way smarter than me, way out of my league. She's like the best thing ever. And yeah, it's I don't know. I always thought like I don't know if you have a vision problem. I don't know if you have like she's taller than I am. It's silly. It's so silly. We just got pictures done for holiday family photos, and I'm like, what? Like I look like a fucking like my children are beautiful. Like I'm like I look so out of place. So out of place. It's so funny. It's so funny. But
You're winning, man.
Hey,
Good
I
yeah.
move.
am, dude. Not a
Someone
day
could
goes
get
by.
from the mouth, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Not a
Beer
day
pong
goes by. Yeah.
champion,
I mean,
married to a 12, you can't.
I
You're a
mean,
lucky
yeah,
man.
I'm a very lucky man.
I have neither of those.
yeah,
Well, you could always start the beer pong championship.
yeah. Right. There's
Yeah,
still
dude.
time.
Yeah, there's still time for the
There,
beer pong. And I
there's
know-
strip clubs. Start a beer pong tournament.
Well, you need
You
to
know?
do the beer pong foundation,
Yeah, that's
and
how it
the
starts.
12 comes after.
Yeah,
You
have-
lay that kind of groundwork, you're destined for a 12.
yeah, that's
Here's the thing
true.
that here's the thing that dude, what you cannot do, you cannot bang the strippers.
Fair
Right.
enough.
Don't worry, I never planned on.
You know,
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
in your Homer's Odyssey, you can't stop at the island. You got to finish the Odyssey. You got to make it to the 12 at the end. It's
No.
My thing was like, so some of the girls, they, you know, they wanted to date, and I was like, I don't date strippers. That was the wrong thing to say because then they all thought I was better than them, and I was like, no, 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 I love you guys. I just don't want to date you because I don't want to be like become that guy that like dates strippers. Because I don't
We
think
all know that guy.
Yeah.
because had I met my wife had been known as the guy who dates strippers, I don't think she would have been interested.
Yeah, you make a good point. That's
Good call.
Solid case.
That's a great call.
Beer pong champion, stripper
But-
date.
But very nice girls.
Oh,
I'm not saying don't date strippers.
oh.
Not what I'm saying.
Have feelings. We all have feelings.
If that's for you, it's for you.
Yep.
Different strokes
But-
for different folks.
That's
Yeah.
the
Same.
I feel like this became about me, and it's not about me.
No,
It's
that's
about-
what we said at the beginning.
Yeah, we're gonna interview
we're
you.
interviewing you.
Oh, we switched
Yeah,
the plot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just gonna start playing our song.
That's streamed.
Uno reverse.
No reverse.
We played the reverse card half an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We've just been getting wisdom. We're
This
learning
is
how to
Take
build
the
the perfect band. Yeah.
Spellslingers.
You guys are wizards.
Oh,
We are.
Our conversations
Yeah.
are always this sporadic.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
No, I love it. I love it.
It's true. Jesus Christ.
That's why I love doing these. A couple of things from Kate, and we can kind of wrap things up. One question that she had that I don't think we kind of touched on, but would you be open to collaborating with other local artists? And if so, who?
Oh,
Oh
absolutely.
boy, yeah. So we went to the open mic on last Tuesday or whatever it was in the V Spot, and I think that's a great way to meet other local artists.
It was so
Um,
cool.
One band that Jenks did a song with, and that we think would be a good collab potential in the future would be Pucker Up.
Oh, yeah.
And you go to these open mics, you see who's there doing original stuff, their influences, their sounds, and I think it would be cool. I'd really like to pair up with some of them that I think match our vibe, and not only like collaborate, but even maybe do like a mini tour in the area with them, just to kind of like shout out like the not as big people right now. It's a hard thing to like get recognized,
Yeah. That's a good shout out to Rich Howells at NEPA Scene, who does that every Tuesday at the V Spot.
Mhm.
He's been doing that
Yeah.
for fucking I don't know how long now.
That's
Rich is
awesome.
a good guy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's doing it right now. He's at the V spot right now.
Yeah, it's
As we
Tuesday.
speak.
Yeah,
Oh,
happy
yes,
shit, yeah,
Tuesday.
you're right.
Nice night.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's important, right? It's not only for like your own personal thing, like to kind of hone your craft or maybe work on some new material, introduce it to new people, kind of see what their response is, but also to meet other people too.
Right.
So and I think we kind of, she said, have you noticed growth as a band? Have you evolved as a team? We kind of talked about that, kind of. Answer is yes. You guys get along really well. Kind of happens naturally. And obviously you're going in the right direction as far as growth and you guys are as a band. So yeah, that's all the questions from Kate.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Kate.
Hey, yeah.
Thanks, Kate.
One shot.
Yeah. Let's hang out
Let's play
sometime,
some D&D.
Kate. Absolutely.
Yeah, don't tell her that. She'll be there tomorrow.
It's okay.
That's fine. Tomorrow's D&D night.
She's right
She
on
does-
time, actually.
She's in a pinball league.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
Nice.
pinball
Hey,
league.
Bartari?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Bartari Pinball League.
Sick.
Yeah.
It's legit.
I think that's-
I never
really into that.
pinball. I feel like the ball just always goes directly in the center between the two bumpers.
It's because
and
you're not good at it.
Yeah.
I like those
Practice.
online.
Start hanging out with
Can't do
Kate.
it.
She'll
Yeah.
show you.
Yeah, she'll show you.
Yeah, she'll show you the rope.
All right, my last question from me. Are you guys Angry Orchard fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God. So sponsor us. Yes.
We have a video of you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
That's the
Yeah.
first video.
That was like our first video. You're like, Angry Orchard, please sponsor us. Like with one step
I'm
down
like,
with our first.
messed up. They just looked. They
saw
the
it.
story, and that's it. We were left on red.
Assholes.
No.
But we're climbing.
They
so
saw it.
So now we're looking for a new cider.
Let us know.
SBC, Susquehanna Brewing.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
Reds, I
hold
like
on.
Reds apple.
I would like to shout out Groove Brewing. Groove Brewing on Sanderson Ave in Scranton. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Awesome beer, awesome owners, great environment.
We should
It's-
Well, they're awesome
They're
if
pretty,
they have
they're
it.
pretty cool. Yeah, if they would have us, I'd love to play a show there. I really do like them.
I love them.
They're very good.
Great people.
Book the band, sponsor the show. Let's go. Roof Brewing. Come on.
Yeah, that'd actually be a great,
They have a nice little back room.
Collaboration.
That'd be a good show.
Or else I'm gonna go and get Coors Banquet to sponsor the show. I'm gonna get the big togs.
Either or. I'll be sponsored by Coors Banquet. I'll do that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's a goddamn good beer.
It is.
It's a great beer.
It's a nice go-to. Like that's like a nice. Is that still a light beer? It's like a light beer go-to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's definitely light.
Yeah.
But I feel like I feel like the branding.
an IPA snob a little bit, but I like pilsners and lagers as well.
Those are lagers.
I got burnt out from a lot of craft beer because that's what I was like drinking. Because I would like have like one or two. Because I like to get like the high ABV. But we only have to have one or two to kind of like feel good.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
burnt out. Got burnt out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to just drink 10 Millers on a hot day, you know?
Just a
Yeah.
fucking nice,
Yeah.
clean beer. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
better.
That's why I
Okay.
like German beers a lot because German beers are like really flavorful but simple. Like there's not like it's not crazy ABV, so
Yeah.
a lot of nice stuff going on with German beer. Yeah, like Four Loco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I had
logo
a-
is German for.
I had a-
crazy. For
I had the Four Loco before they changed the recipe, like the original
Oh.
Four Loco.
I remember
Yeah.
my
My parents used to buy those.
It was fucking weird.
When I was
It-
spring break in Mexico, the resort was sponsored by Four Loco. It's easier to get Four Loco than a bottle of water. And it was the best worst time ever.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm dying of heat exhaustion. Oh, here's a four.
But I got a Four Loco.
Yeah. You won't even feel it.
Chuck it back. You sure?
I wish I could go back in time and like see those cans again. Because again, it was 2010, I think it was. This is a long time ago. Like
earlier than that, it was like
to be in there.
2008.
Everybody's lights are off, but the caffeine's making them go burn.
oh dude, it
Yeah.
smelled so bad, but I remember it getting real fucking weird. Real weird.
Yeah. So last time I drank a Four Loko, we were at Rolling Loud Festival, and it was my second time ever. And next thing I know, I was in front of the, what is it? We saw 50 Cent. I was so close and I started crying. I was like, dang.
You cried at a 50 Cent concert?
No, leave that on, please.
Said no.
Four Loco made me
50 Cent.
cry at the 50
No,
Cent concert.
listen, I'm from Indonesia,
awesome.
so when I first came to
That's
America,
gonna be a song
that was
name.
the first music video was 50 Cent and Eminem, and I was like, whoa, America.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No, that's yeah.
50 Cent Eminem.
Cool.
Most
It was cool.
American.
Yeah.
Yeah, Four Loco gets a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, I've cried at concerts a lot.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
imagine I'd cry at a 50 Cent show.
Yeah,
It's
when
beautiful.
Slayer comes on with Bleeding Rain.
Get amped up on a pre 2010 Four Loco and
Yeah.
go see 50 Cent. Call me back
Come on.
after that.
You'll see what I mean.
Where am I? Where am I? Oh man. Well, this has been fun. It's getting late. I don't want to keep you guys too long. You've had a long day. You had practice, all that kind of stuff. You got a show tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, this will come out after that show's already passed. So I hope it goes well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Looking forward to the new song coming out this year called "Do Not Disturb." You can't change it now. It's on. It's
He's locked in.
it's documented.
Yeah, thank you.
I will no. If you change it, we'll change it in post.
For sure. No, that's all.
We-
good. I think
It's gonna be really abrupt and loud.
I won't change it in post, but you can still change it.
good.
I will make a clip out of this stuff. If you release that song, it's not "Do Not Disturb" and make a clip or reel and say you fucking lied to me.
You should.
Here's a lie. Yeah.
You should. If the next one comes out and it's not doing that, you should. That'd be hilarious.
I'm not changing anything.
There's
But I would not.
soundbite. He's a liar. He's never told the truth.
Yeah.
Fake news.
But we'll get you canceled, bro. You're canceled.
Yeah, we're not big enough to be canceled. No, we're not big enough to be canceled.
That's what I always say.
Oh, I'm
I-
scared.
Don't worry,
I
I'll
have-
slip up in some sort of post-show interview.
I have people that is like, oh, I want to come on, but you won't have me because you'll get canceled. I'm like, yo, you got to be someone to get canceled. I'm a nobody.
This guy gets.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't cancel someone that. No,
You can't
you got-
cancel me. They don't listen to me anyway.
Yeah.
exactly.
Don't
So
get
fuck
one
it.
guy in his basement mad at you. That doesn't. Who cares? You know. That's,
Yeah.
Started the video trail that I haven't changed in 20 years. So we'll start at this interview 20 years from now. Be like, this was me from the jump, guys. I was the
Yeah. They're gonna be playing this at the intervention. Yeah.
Well, best of luck. With the rest of this year. Best of luck in the new year. Hope you guys continue to grow as a band and as a unit, and hopefully I'll see you guys like in person, like in real
Yeah.
life.
Very
Not
cool.
this.
The next Tuesday too at the V spot for open mic.
Before Thanksgiving.
Before, yeah.
Let me know the next Creed show you go to. I'm sure we could link up.
It won't be December 2nd. They'll
It'll
probably
be
break up before, by the time I get to see him again.
True.
Say that.
Scott is a tough soul sometimes. Yeah.
Well, he's found Jesus again. I think he's
Yeah. True.
I think he's on the up and up. Go ahead, do it.
Do it. Do it.
I need a microphone.
This will be our outro. Yeah. Send us out to Armville. Man.
I'll do the cliche. Where can people find you on the internet? Because we don't know how to Google things.
Oh, go ahead.
Jesse, where can they find us?
Oh boy. You can find us on Instagram at Spellslinger Band. Same thing for TikTok. Same thing for Facebook. I try to make it as easy as possible. And then Spotify, Spellslinger, Apple Music, YouTube Music. Use us in your stories, TikToks. Use our sounds. It's great.
Hell
I
yeah.
love it.
Well, guys and girl, best of luck. Thank you for hanging out with me on a Tuesday
Thank you so
evening.
much.
Been a gracious host.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you guys in person very soon.
Very soon.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Oh, our wizard's calling us. All right.
We're coming.
The Wizard's coming.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah.
See you guys.
Thank you.
I'm going.